Oh, they sound so beautiful. Where are they? The white eyes again, of course. They just enchant me, you guys, these little white eyes. I'm so in love with them. There they are. Oh gosh. Scallion pancakes and hot soy milk. Not a breakfast you want to have every day, but oh my gosh, it is so amazingly deliciously good. So today, Chips and I decided that it was about time for a good adventure. So even though it is still raining, we gathered up our gear and we headed on over to Daan Forest Park, right in the heart of the city. So the path here in the park has these little stones that stick up, and walking across them is supposed to be good for your feet. And it's probably also really great for your balance because you don't want to step on them funky and just fall right over. But they actually do feel like a little miniature massage while you're walking across. Look at this plant! I have no idea what it is, but Chips just pointed out it looks kind of like a man-eating plant. This looks so awesome! It's almost like up to my waist. It's huge! I wonder what kind of flower that's gonna have. Do you think it's gonna flower while we're here, darling? That would be so cool! So this park must be absolutely awesome for cats. Everyone's just ignoring him and he looks super healthy, doesn't look sick. He's just doing his own thing, eating some grass, watching everything, but it's full of birds. So if he's even just a semi-good hunter, he probably can eat plenty here, but I have a feeling that the people here would probably leave food out for him too. This is cute. They've made a little pseudo stepping stone because it's been raining so much that it's been flooding in the area where it shouldn't. But it's really, really, really beautiful today. Look at this gorgeous park. I love this. You guys, oh my gosh, no way! It's full of egrets. Here we are, excited to see one or two little herons on our walk here. And everyone's looking at us, and no wonder because this lake looks like that very special spot we found in Bald Head last year. This is amazing. It's covered in birds. We have to go over there now. So we are at Daan Forest Park next to the ecological lake, and I'm in love because there's hundreds of birds here. We have the red-headed ibis and several other species, night herons, a lot of different species right now, but the ibis are actually nesting. So they have tons of babies begging for food back here on this little island they have in the ecological park's island, and it's just, oh my gosh. This is amazing. I have never seen this many of the shorebirds gathered in one place, and it's so exciting because there's just these fluffy headed little babies everywhere and these cranky night herons, and this is fantastic.
Those are so cute.
Those are literally babies.
God, they're the cutest.
Are they still so cute? So this is so cool. While we were over there, a guy showed up with a birding lens, and so I got super excited because more birders, but he actually runs bird tour groups, and look at the name! That's such the perfect name for us. So I think he saw us with all of my gear out, like frantically recording all of those birds, and knew that we were exactly the kind of people to talk to about this. Are you saying hi? You are not like our usual squirrels back home.
They look like geese.
They look more like a mongoose. Like a squirrel and a mongoose had a baby. Okay, that was absolutely awesome. And now that we're walking away and the rain has let up, there's so many birders coming out with cameras that are probably like 8 times better and more expensive than mine. But I'm just so happy to be here, and Chips and I are just tickled because there's so many beautiful birds just right here. We're surrounded by skyscrapers. This is just so cool, and I've never seen so many ibis at the same time, and the herons were so awesome. And to see so many other birders, even though I don't share their language, is really, really just encouraging, knowing that there's other people who would appreciate just the natural beauty here. That's what we're all about, isn't it? So after a wonderful hour of watching the little baby ibis get fed, we realized it was about time for us to get some food as well. So we headed out of Daan Park and just a couple streets away over to a vegan cafe that has been highly recommended on Happy Cow called Mianto. We were pretty excited that it was so close by, almost walking distance to our apartment, and also very excited when we got there and they delivered this gigantic menu to us to pick from. Chips ended up getting a iced vanilla coffee, and I snagged a cranberry smoothie that was actually so good. I'm not even that big a fan of cranberries, but it was super refreshing after our afternoon in the park. Then we had the fun of having my very first ciabatta. We don't even like olives, but everything about this was just so delicious. And that just led up to the amazing meals we had for our entrees. I cannot believe how good this food was. Just looking at it again makes me want to dash back out and go eat dinner there again. It was so wonderful. My smoked tempeh bowl was just fantastic. It has changed tempeh for me forever. And the personal pizza that Chips had, the vegan cheese was delicious, and the pizza was very filling and extremely yummy. The fresh sunflower sprouts they put on everything really added a nice touch. Okay, so everything from the pizza to the coffee to the ciabatta to, I haven't even tried my meal yet, but I'm sure it's delicious, to the cranberry smoothie is so amazingly good. I feel so spoiled right now. Guys, this barbecue tempeh is so ridiculously amazing. It has now changed tempeh for me forever. I'm in love. I want to get this every day for lunch. This is amazing. And at the same time, the pizza is so amazing too. I'm really loving everything. That was absolutely incredible. This has probably been one of my most joy-filled days that we have had here in Taiwan yet, and I was just so happy to wander that park with Chips in a very light rain that just has not stopped coming down for several days. It is just non-stop rain, kind of amazing. Apparently this is not really supposed to be part of rainy season, but some things say that it goes all the way through August, so maybe this is just our new reality. Non-stop light rain, but it's not, you know, lightning storms. So we grabbed our umbrellas and we walked down to Daan Forest Park here in the heart of Taipei, and it was beautiful. It was definitely a lot bigger than the small parks that are kind of tucked in between all of the big tall concrete buildings everywhere around here, and it was just so nice. There were people sitting under the pavilions who were clearly meditating. There were people praying in front of statues, like Buddhist statues. There were people just walking around like us, couples sharing an umbrella, with young couples, old couples. There were people who were just walking through on their way to get to the other side of the park and the other side of the city. And there were so many birds. There were so many birds. That was so fun. That is something that never fails to make me super excited and happy. I don't know exactly what started it or what made me into a bird person, but I am rapidly going from I like birds to I adore birds, and I could see myself becoming a birder when I become like old and I retire. That's what I'll do. I'll travel the world searching out very specific bird species to check off of my list, and who knows, maybe at that time I'll have like some sort of fancy VR camera of the future where I can just walk into the forest, set it up, and share the entire experience with you guys then. So that's my plans, my long-range plans for like what, another 50 years from now, when I'm in my 80s, then we can go and we can explore the forest searching for birds together, because it's such a wonderful experience. Chips and I walked with our umbrella and just looked around, and all these huge banyan trees and these fig trees and patches of bamboo all over the place. It was really beautiful. Nothing like a really extravagant like botanical garden. It wasn't like super fancy. It was just very nice, just flowing green, lots of trees, big open lawns. I bet that families could go there when it's not continually raining and play with their kids just fine. And it was very easy to get to. We could walk there from our apartment. It takes about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, but it's still such a feast for the eyes to be out in the city and seeing all of the things, like a Cinderella little carriage that they had in front of a civics building, or to read all of the English mixed with Chinese is so interesting, because I can read pretty much everything that you are worried about, like how to cross the street, how to get onto the bus, when the bus is arriving. All of those things are listed just everywhere in English as well as Chinese, so it's super easy to get around, and it was super easy to find the park, and it was so much fun to walk around the park. It was really just calming. I love being in green space, so maybe that shouldn't surprise me, but it was funny to see the stray cat just pop up and look completely content, like the cat with the cream there. It didn't seem to have any problems at all. People are just like, oh yeah, like watching the cat walking by, and all of the ibis. Oh my gosh. We had seen ibis and egrets last year at Bald Head, and that still to this day is in my heart as one of the most amazing experiences I have ever had. But this was another one, because it was so unexpected. We thought we were just walking into a city park, and there I am with the love of my life sharing an umbrella, and he's like holding it over me while I'm like, oh darling, I need to take a picture of this, and like aiming at all the birds and zooming in and trying to get the humidity off of my lens so I can get good pictures and good video to share with you guys, and like whipping around, darling, is that another bird? Did you see those guys? Oh, I wouldn't be able to get a picture, that's too backlit. And that was like just our silly little babble. And then we turn a corner and there's the lake, and it's covered in hundreds of birds. That was so cool. There were egrets and ibis and night herons and the tiny little moorhens, and there were ducks, just normal ducks and geese, and it was so fun, and we were completely enchanted. And I want to put together a very special video. You probably will only see little snippets of what we did this afternoon here on the vlog, because I want to try to put together another wild discoveries to put on the main channel, because that was such a discovery, and I want to try to encourage like the bulk of the, especially the younger viewers over on the main channel, to go, this is awesome, this is so cool, look at this, guys, this is our planet, this is the amazing stuff that's out there waiting for you to find. And that was so, just, it felt right. It felt, that's what my day should be like, those kinds of discoveries. Being able to wake up, say good morning to my family, say good morning to my beloved Chips. I say good morning to my family and as soon as I wake up, because it's their nighttime right now since we're on opposite sides of the planet. Checking on all of you guys, quick run through the comments, making sure everything's going out okay for your adventures, and then going on a real adventure just out there. Everything just felt like it slid into place beautifully today, and standing there watching those birds fly over our heads and zip over the water and land in all of the branches and feed their babies. And then what was really exciting was standing there when the birders started showing up. As the rain got a little bit lighter, the birders began to appear. The real birders, the hardcore birders, the ones with the cameras that are this big and they're wrapped in like 5 layers of protection from the weather, and I'm just there with my little DSLR like snapping pictures, my point and shoot. And it was so fun because the first thing that one of the gentlemen did when he set up his super amazing binocular was actually let us look through the binocular at the egrets, and it was so much more clear than the picture on my camera, and it was just right there, and he had a perfect lineup of it. And even though I was a little shy, so I like didn't really go over, and like I couldn't speak Chinese for one thing. Chips was talking to him. I wish I had tried to express more how fun it is to have other people on the other side of the planet with lives totally different than mine, who also are out here on a rainy weekend watching these amazing birds because that's what they would like to do. It was just really a fun moment to find other birders from other parts of the world. Kind of like when we went to Hawaii, and a lot of the people on our birding tour were from all over the world, especially England. There were a lot of older English couples, and a lot, like, we were the youngest people there by far. It was really fun though. So I love that too, because even though there was a language barrier, he's like showing us the egrets and gave us a pamphlet like I showed you guys of all the great spots to go birding here in Taipei. And I love those kinds of moments where you can connect with somebody, kind of like when you see a cute cat or dog and you can go ah, and then the person walking the dog is like, oh, thank you, even though you don't speak the same language. That gesture is still expressed, that like, oh, I think your dog is cute, or wow, look at these birds. And that just, it feels like something clicked into place. So today has been an amazing day. The rain has not stopped. I am beginning to suspect the rain won't stop till July, so we probably have half a month more of rain. But if it's gonna be more days like this, I know where to go now, and I have a feeling I might take you guys to that park pretty often, and especially out to eat at Minato. Oh my gosh, or Minato, Minata, Minita, I'm gonna have to look at that name. It was so good. That is probably, you know, naked foods is a different experience, so I don't feel like you can put naked foods in with like the other foods, because that was a gourmet raw food vegan experience. But I would say that Minato is my favorite place we've eaten at vegan so far. I really like naked foods being, that was a experience. That wasn't going out to eat, that was like an experience. It goes over here. So I love Ucha-cha, but man, everything we had at Minato was really good. The smoothie was delicious, the pizza was delicious, my tempeh bowl, I can never eat tempeh that isn't going to be that good again. That was fantastic. And then we had that ciabatta, and that was really good. We don't even like olives, and we ate all of those olives because they were really yummy. So we're definitely going to go back there and eat there again. And I am about to sit down and finish off this absolutely beautiful day by nibbling on my little cake here. This is the tiny, adorable little blueberry cake that I brought back from Minato. And then I also have a cup of fresh, really wonderful, very fragrant Taiwanese green tea from green tea that's been grown and harvested here in Taiwan. So we picked that up on our way home so that I can drink that. Vlogs and videos on the main channel may have been a little bit staggered because all of the rain is kicking up mold, and I'm very allergic to mold. So I've been having a hard time breathing. You can kind of hear it in some of the videos on the main channel where I'm gasping a little bit more between breaths. And it's just because it's harder with all the mold in the air for me to get all the breath I need. Yet another one of those unfortunate, unexpected things that make me realize how important as my job recording ahead may be to keep things consistent, because that's where I've wanted to be the whole time with the summer in space and Summer of the Wolves thing. And also an important thing to remember when traveling that I didn't think about when we set out to travel internationally. We covered so many bases, but oh yeah, the fact I'm allergic to mold and it's gonna be rainy season was not one of them. So maybe saying that offhand will help somebody, one of you guys, in the future if you ever travel during rainy season of somewhere. Who knows? But I'm gonna have this green tea. It's supposed to help me out, and I'm hoping it's really yummy. I'm gonna try a little bite of the cake, just to let you guys know how it is, because this is so cute. Look at this adorable little tiny cake. We're gonna have a little bit of the vegan whipped cream, no less. And it's a nice little vegan cake. That entire place was vegan, and they had really delicious cheese for being vegan cheese. Got a little bite. That's really good. That's really good. It's so bad that I'm so excited about the whipped cream though. It's been so long since I've had whipped cream, I forgot what it tasted like.